when was it that you decide? When was it that you took an interest in politics?
Well, I've always taken a leadership role from school days, from primary school, Bridgeport High School. I was a prefect there as well. And at church, I'm always involved in leadership. When I went to university, my undergrad, Northern Caribbean University, I was involved in leadership up to the highest level of student government president for Northern Caribbean University, United Student Movement, Jamaica Union of Tertiary Student VP. It wasn't my intention to enter representational politics, but then the rest is history. Here am I, and I remember my first campaign that I worked on was 2001 with the late China Robinson at the by-election. And from then, I had a passion, to serve the people. I had a passion for representational politics. And hence, I'm here today.
All right, all right. So it's not yesterday.
No, it's
All right, all right, all right. Um, what would what was your first paying job? Something that you would have looked on as in a professional way.
My first paid job was when I left high school, and I really wanted to find a job to send myself through school, and to do over some subjects because, when I went to primary school back then, it was common entrance.
Hmm.
And I wasn't recommended by my teachers to sit the common entrance in grade 5. I went to grade 6, and then in grade 6, I was not recommended as well. And my teacher basically, my grade 1 teacher navigated the system on my behalf and spoke to my grade 6 teacher who allowed me to sit the common entrance. Back then it's common entrance, and I proved my teachers right. I did not pass the exam. So I was clamored for space and then got a space at Willowdene High School
Hmm.
in the first form. My grandmother was paying the tuition, died. I had to find an excuse. I came to
Hmm.
Bridgeport High School, never regretted it. My first job after graduating from Bridgeport High School was an accounting clerk, with Horizon Merchant Bank at the time. It was a 1 month job. And then after that, I got a job through Artrust NTA, the internship program for 6 months at Portmore Shoppers Fair, in the accounts department as an accounting clerk. So that was my first job, so to speak. After that, I started doing security guard, at Kingston Wharf. And then I left that work and went to university.
Well, you show a level of perseverance, which is an important element nowadays when when things might not go how you would like it.
Yes.
All right, admirable. All right. What is something big that you probably had a perception about and your mind may have changed about it? Something I really want to get, like, probably a moment of epiphany where you you were thinking along a particular line and your mind changed. You're trying to make the people get to know Mr. Miller.
I think one of my plans growing up, I wanted to become a medical doctor,
Okay.
and I remember going to Spanish Town Primary. As boys, we used to play during the break time. And I remember a boy who was in a grade class as mine fell on the ground and burst his head.
Okay.
And I saw blood. And that basically changed my mind totally. And then, after fact, I wasn't good at the sciences, so I don't think that would have worked. Then I wanted to become a lawyer. But then when you're a little boy, you ain't going to church. And the church people say they turn lawyer in all of heaven.
Mhm.
That's the worst thing you can hear. So I defer my actions from becoming a lawyer. I started recently, 2 years of University of London, and I failed land law. First I've ever failed a course at the tertiary level. And it was a culture shock to me, but then I have somewhat detoured, from the law degree and started a PhD instead. So those were the two major things in my life that I really wanted to become, but somewhat did a detour.
Okay. Well, let's not consider it a detour. Just that you decided that this path would be better served.
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you ever experienced or seen, locally any levels of injustice, whether to you or something that, you would have gotten very emotive about or
Yeah, definitely. I think I try to be very low key. It's kind of not possible because of the structure at times of my physical structure, but I try to be as low key as possible. I believe in life that we should give everybody the best service we can give. I'm a trained teacher by profession. I lecture marketing and I'm big on customer service. So I deserve customer service and I believe that I should get good customer service. I think I've been leveled with a lot of injustice growing up. Back in university, I was in the market one Friday, I was president for the student government and police officers came in there and they were beating an ICLA. I got certain blows out of the baton. And when I spoke to the man, he was very disrespectful, shoved me, and I went over the police station, to file a report. When I went to the police station, the officer that came to me, woman constable, I don't remember her name right now, came to me and said, Mr. Miller, you're arrested and charged for assaulting a police officer. After I went there to give a report. So I went through the full force. I went through the courts. I got myself a lawyer. I eventually got station bail that day. And I went through the courts.
Hi viewers, my name is Ian Bennett and I am the host of In the Hot Seat. If you like the video you just saw and would like to see more of the same type of video, please click the subscribe button and the like button as we produce videos every Wednesday. Thank you.